room smelled like stale black coffee, ozone, and impending failure. 30 scientists inside the climate-controlled Cheyenne Mountain bunker sat in dead silence, staring at a single, pitch-black monitor. At the center of the room stood Commander Vance, chewing on an unlit cigar, his eyes bloodshot. Beside him, Dr. Elizabeth Winter's fingers flew across a mechanical keyboard like a manic pianist. "Talk to me, Winter," Vance rasped, his voice sounding like dragged gravel. "The Pentagon is online too. They want to pull our funding in 3 minutes." "Tell them to wait," Winter muttered, not looking up. The Vanguard X probe just cleared the outer rim of the solar system. 550 astronomical units out. It's in the sweet spot. They weren't just building a bigger telescope, they were hijacking the laws of physics. The Vanguard probe was positioned at the exact focal point where our sun's massive gravitational field warps the fabric of space-time. They were turning our own star into a colossal, terrifying magnifying glass, a brute force technique known as solar gravitational lensing. The target? Kepler 186f, a distant world lurking 500 light-years away in the deep dark. "We're trying to catch light that left that planet when Columbus was sailing for America, Commander," Winter whispered, her thumb hovering over the enter key. "If the probe's alignment is off by even a millimeter, we just burned a $3 trillion budget to look at black noise." "Push the button, Elizabeth." She hit the key. Phase 1, the unnatural glow. The monitors didn't show a clean picture. They screamed with violent, radioactive static. The quantum servers whined, a high-pitched frequency that made everyone's teeth ache. Then the sun's gravity caught the light. It bent it, focused it, crushed it into a hyper-magnified image, amplifying the signal by a factor of 100 billion. The room went so quiet you could hear the cooling fans hum. "What the hell am I looking at?" Vance whispered. It wasn't a familiar blue marble. It was a masterpiece of cosmic anomalies. The oceans weren't blue. They were a thick, highly reflective liquid amber, looking like molten gold under a dim star. The continents weren't green. They were choked in bleeding expanses of deep violet and neon magenta vegetation, perfectly evolved to photosynthesize a completely different solar spectrum. "It's breathing," Winter said, her face illuminated by the purple glow of the screen. "That's not just a rock, Vance. That's a hyperactive biosphere." Phase 2, the Spire Matrix. "Zoom in," Vance ordered, his cigar dropping to the floor. "Get me onto the dirt. The lens distortion will tear the feet apart. Do it!" The digital aperture adjusted. The gravitational lens warped the space-time grid further, literally tearing a visual hole through the exoplanet's atmosphere. The thick methane clouds parted like a curtain. The computer didn't map rivers, craters, or mountain ranges. It started drawing perfectly straight lines, perfect, mathematically impossible geometry. Rising from the violet forests were black spires, miles high, slender needles made of an iridescent obsidian that seemed to actively absorb the ambient starlight. There were no roads, no power grids, no sprawling concrete jungles. Instead, pulsing veins of blue bioluminescent energy crawled between the spires, shifting in real time like a massive, planet-sized nervous system. "Techno's signature," Winter breathed, her face going pale. It's an engineered civilization." The silent truth. Vance leaned over her shoulder, his knuckles white against the edge of the desk. "Where's the thermal footprint? Where's the smog, the satellite junk? If they built towers that high, why haven't our radio telescopes heard a single whisper from this place?" Winter stared at the incoming data, a cold shiver running down her spine. "Because there isn't any noise," she said, her voice dropping to a hollow whisper. "No radio leakage, no heat waste, no pollution. They didn't conquer nature, Commander. They integrated into it. They re-engineered their entire infrastructure to become part of the planet's ecosystem." She looked up at Vance, her eyes wide with a mixture of awe and absolute dread. We've been broadcasting loud, primitive radio waves into the void for a century like children, wondering why the universe is so quiet. They didn't answer because they outground noise eons ago. We spent centuries trying to build a bigger mirror to find them, when all we needed to do was use our own star as a lens. Outside the bunker, the American night sky looked entirely different. The stars were no longer distant, empty dots. They were giant eyes, waiting for humanity to finally grow up.